Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I want to talk about something a little bit different, right? It's not going to be a guide or it's not going to be a sharple video. However, I want to talk a little bit about the state of the game, but not in the sense of like, you know, is there enough to do and all of that. But I want to touch on some specific subjects, and those are going to be the dungeons and the gear itself, right? And specifically, what I want to talk about is the gear sets and also the accessories, right? The reason why I want to touch on that subject is because I believe that the game is going, you know, it's a fun, good direction that the game is taking, you know, giving us more and more and more gear set options, right? Variable gear sets with accessories and all of that. However, I believe it's becoming a problem, especially when it comes to gear management, right? Like, I don't know, it just feels like it's such a big problem. Like, I'm just talking from the perspective of somebody that actually uses the RSL helper, right? And we do have an RSL helper, for those of you that do not know, there's, you know, the sell settings. You can have some settings in there that chooses when you farm, what you keep, what you sell. And pretty much the one that I'm using is made, I think it's the one that's made by Panda or somebody else. Basically has like 23,000 rules, okay? So that's a lot. And even with that, I'm still, you know, struggling to have enough space for gear and all of that. So I do believe that the problem that the game is facing is the fact that, you know what, it is a good thing that we have more gear sets. However, I believe that the game is at the point where it needs to address the space, right? The space issue. Because I'm just looking at this, I'm 69 pieces of gear away from like being full. I could go and just cleanse again. Maybe I should be more hardcore with my gear sets, but you know what? I have like 3,000 in total woods equipped. I do believe that honestly, the game should have double this right now, okay? So the reason why I'm saying this is because, well, there are a total, if I didn't miss anything, I wrote them down, there are a total of 61 gear sets in the game. Maybe I'm missing one that doesn't appear here because I didn't have anything forced, but we have at least 61 unique gear sets. That's a lot. Like, if you calculate that, you know, let's just do some simple math. Let's say from the 61 sets, you have, let's say 6 pieces, right? So you have one of each one. That's 366, right? That's just having one of each of the pieces for every single, you know, every single gear set. If we do that, this is basically already a quarter of the total we can use. Yes, we can hoard it, but then there's another problem, right? What I mean by hoard is, or mule it actually is the correct word. You can put gear on the champion, just throw them in the vault. Like, I have a ton of champions that I basically like never use. They're just thrown in the vault and they are wearing some pieces of gear just so I have some more space. And this is a problem. This should not be the case. And I guess the easiest solution from my point of view would be to just double the amount, honestly. We're at the point where definitely we need to double the amount that we have for gear sets, and same thing for accessories, okay? And the other issue was the fact that even with the vault space, if you're trying to mule it, you can only mule in the master vault. In this one, you cannot have people that have no gear on, and it's becoming a problem, especially for people that, like, you know, play for over 5 years and they do spend a fair bit. It's becoming impossible for them to keep up. Now, if you move over to the next thing, the accessories, I didn't really count these ones, but we do have variable gear sets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think 11 is the total unless I'm missing something. Still, you have 11 variable gear sets, and of all of those 11 ones, you need some specific things, right? That you need specific amulets, specific banners, rings, whatever, if you want to try some specific builds. And again, this one's becoming an issue. And the issue with this one is, first of all, would be, again, the space. I think that's gonna become more and more of a problem, because the more we do Hydra Clash, the more protection and Stone Skin accessory we're gonna get. We get a lot more reaction, a lot more Slayer, and you don't really want to sell them because you never know who you're gonna get, especially for these ones, right? The special ones. You never want to sell them because you never know when you're gonna want to keep it. So again, becomes a problem of muling. So this one needs to have like a double amount as well. Like, from my point of view, you should have 3,000 slots for just for gear and 3,000 for accessories. But when it comes to this one, there's another massive issue that kind of needs to be addressed from my point of view, and that's the irrelevance, honestly, of the normal accessories, right? I know Scratch, I think, yeah, Scratch did a video, I think a week or two ago, where he pretty much said that the spider is dead. It's like, you know, there's really no point to farm spider anymore to get accessories. It's pretty much useless. And I kind of agree with him, right? Like, I kind of agree that basically this is irrelevant. It's just a silver farm, right? Spider has become just a place where you go and farm for clan versus clan if you want to get quick and fast points and just to get silver. Because, you know what, yeah, if you get the perfect pieces, you might want to, keep them. If you get like triple quad rolls with the right ascensions and whatnot, you might keep it. But most of the time, you don't care about them, right? Most of the time, you're just gonna go with some of these specific variable gear sets, right? So all the normal ones, there's honestly less and less champions that I have on my account that actually have normal accessories, right? Most of them I try to go with Blood Shield, with Reaction if they're for Arena, Protection if they're supports, Refresh if they're like for Hydra, Revenge, most of the stuff, Stone Skin again for Arena, Slayer if they're damage dealer, Supersonic if they're gonna be, you know, third meter boosters, Merciless damage dealer, Pinpoint if debuffers, Cleansing if you're used for Arena. So pretty much that's the goal. That's what you want to get at, where all of this is what you need, right? All of this is what you would prioritize, always getting the variable accessories to put on all of your champions. And that becomes a really massive issue. And I think I kind of found the solution-ish, or like maybe in a way, or I have a really fun suggestion. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with this one. But I believe that the thing that they should be doing, and maybe this is gonna happen in the future, maybe I'm going full Nostradamus here and predicting it, but I believe that in order to balance, you know, these ones, right, in order to balance the accessories, I believe that there needs to be some sort of a change to the dungeons themselves. So as an example, there's I guess the first thing that came into mind was just having the Dragon Lair, Ice Golem, and the Fire Knight's Castle. From the next stage, they say they're going to introduce stages 11 to 15 of hard dungeons, right? Because that's just natural progression. I believe that the thing that they should be doing is, from the next stages, they should be introducing accessories of all of these gear sets, right? Hear me out. This is, you know, I thought about this a little bit in the past, but even though like most of them might be completely useless, there's quite a few that you might work around with, right? Having some more speed set, having maybe Toxic in some specific builds, Stalwart could be interesting, for example, from the Dragons there. Then if you move over to Fire Knight, obviously Savage can still be good, because the thing is like this, because of the variable gear sets, right, that we get Merciless, you know, from all the other game, these ones become pretty much irrelevant, right? Most of the dungeons become irrelevant. There's no reason to farm them anymore, I'm not gonna lie, not just Spider, but most dungeons, there's no reason to farm them anymore, because apart from like maybe a few like stun, regen, and then maybe Cursed from Ice Golem, most of the gear sets are useless. Like, you don't really need them, they're not as efficient, they're not as useful anymore, because all the other variable ones that we get from Hydra, that we get from the Curse City, that, you know, all the other spots from the Forge Passes, from Siege now with the Feral set, they're all so much better that pretty much the dungeons have become useless. However, again, like I said, if they introduced in the dungeons, right, let's say they introduced 11 to 15 on hard stages, or 11 to 20, whatever, you know, if they introduce that, but from those stages, they make it the same way, again, I got the idea obviously from this, from the event dungeon, if they introduce those accessories, you know, you have a chance to get accessories of that specific set, right? You have a chance to get Speed Amulet, you have a chance to get Lifesteal Ring, whatever, all of these ones, it might have, you know, it might change, it might shift away a little bit the importance of these dungeons, because right now, like, I'm not sure there's too many. Let me know in the comments down below, if you're someone that's been playing for like at least 2-3 years, you know, one of the end game, do you actually farm dungeons anymore? Because pretty much these are completely ignored, and most of people just farm Sand Devil and Phantom Shogun's Grove. So I believe that's what they should do. That's just my opinion. In these 3 dungeons, introduce the accessories for the gear sets that they actually have, right? And then when it comes to the Spider, I believe what they could do for the Spider is they could introduce, as the accessories, a chance to drop accessories that you cannot get from other dungeons. So like a few quick examples, let me just show you what I would think is the arena ones, right? So the ones that you can only get from the arena, or like the clan boss, Cruel, Immortal, Divine Offense, divine crit rate, divine life, divine speed, swift parry, deflection, resilience, perception. Like honestly, even I would add all of the Doom Tower ones, right? All of the ones that you can get from Doom Tower, the arena, and the clan boss ones, add all of those in Spider, right? Just put them in Spider as a chance to drop the accessories of these ones, and I guarantee that's gonna shift up a little bit. You know, it's gonna give more importance against to the dungeon. I believe from my point of view, you know, if you do fix the issue first, that's why I wanted to address first the space issue, right? Just give us 3,000 here, give us 3,000 here. Then if they implement that, I do believe that they're gonna see, you know, the regular dungeons will see the light of day more, right? Because right now they're just useless. They're like, you know, they're pretty much, after you get to a certain point, you don't care about them, you ignore them, they are nothing in the game. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that would be a cool idea? I would really love to see that, right? Having accessories be able to be dropped from the next stages, because that's the natural progression. I'm sure at a certain point they're gonna add more hard stages. I believe that if they do that, again, the dungeons will have another role in the game. But when they do that, you know what, just double the energy cap as well. Like, come on, 130 has been 5 years. At least make it 200 if you don't want to double it, right? But yeah, that's all that I want to talk about today. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? I think this is a pretty interesting subject, and I do believe this would be really fun if it was implemented in the game, and it would shift up again the importance of farming certain areas of the game again. But yeah, thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.